Hi there, Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist TJ Springer here in the Storm Center for Fox 35 Weather Plus. Hopefully you're having an enjoyable MLK Day if you've gone to any celebrations or parades or any services, anything along those lines. Hopefully it's been a day full of reflection for you. It's a cold day as well. Hopefully you grabbed that jacket as you were heading out the door for anything today. If you were off of work, whatever your day entailed, it's not over yet. At least it's bright, right? We are live on Fox Local. We are live on Facebook. We are live on our Fox 35 YouTube page. So if you do want to weigh in, you're watching us on Fox Local, it would be great to have you weigh in. So if you want to grab your phone, maybe grab your laptop or your iPad, your tablet, whatever you may have, your phone, if you want to hop on that way and ask a question. If you have any questions, that'd be great. But also, want you to weigh in on our question of the day. Now, not only is it MLK Day, it is also National Popcorn Day. So, with that, are you one to buy popcorn at the movies? And if so, you are, do you put butter on it? Because I'm one of those people that I feel like if I'm going to the movies, have to have popcorn, have to have butter on it, and I kind of, I don't know, dare I say, overdo it just a little bit. So that's where I am on that. So please weigh in, and we'll continue to grab your comments throughout the next half hour. Just a little programming note, by the way. We do not have Fox 35 News Edge at 6 this evening, but we do have a streaming newscast at 5, so you can watch us on Fox Local, and you can also watch us on our website, on the app on your phone. We do have Fox 35 Plus, the News Edge at 8, and then we'll have everything this evening. So just a little programming note. And also, I'm just going to share this while I'm thinking about it because I didn't even share this on my Facebook page. So let me do that as well. And let me bring up YouTube here. Hi, Alice. Hi, Andrea. Andrica, excuse me. Hi, Andrica. Hi, William. I'm seeing yes and extra butter. I love that. That is great. Now, another big story, of course, has been this cold air. And we are going to continue the Fox 35 Storm Team Alert into Tuesday morning just because we're going to hold on to that chill tonight. And I do want to bring up those overnight temperatures while I'm thinking about it. I also want to bring up our cold weather alerts because we have more of those. Once again, not going to be quite as cold as what we had on Sunday night into this morning, but still cold once again. Still going to want to go out with your winter weather accessories, I would only imagine. That would probably be the best idea because we're still going to have that potential for temperatures down at the freezing mark. And when you take into account the wind, even though it'll be light, we're going to have those wind chills likely down around the freezing mark too. So my message to you is that we're not quite out of the woods just yet. We have another cold night, and wind chills still going to be pretty bitter. Bitter for us in the Sunshine State. So let me bring us through those real fast here. So right now, the wind has certainly lightened up. I mean, it was blustery enough where we actually had some damage yesterday. Had some reports of that wind gusts up close to 60 miles per hour in spots like Melbourne. this evening, dropping down into the 40s pretty quickly. And then we continue on that temperature tumble. Feels like temps, you can see, 20s, 30s. So that's why I pulled the trigger and wanted to continue that storm team alert. So, still need the winter coats. Still need to probably grab maybe the stocking cap as you're heading out to the bus stop tomorrow, and maybe the gloves as well if you know you'll be outside for any sort of prolonged period of time. Hi, William. I see you weighing in on YouTube as well. Alice, I see you're saying extra butter. I love that. All right, it's 3:36, just so you know. If you're just hopping on, hi there. We'll be taking another break on Fox Local if you are watching at the 10 at 3:40. We'll be taking a break. If you don't want to miss anything, just hop on Facebook, hop on YouTube. Okay, well now that we've gotten through some of the temps, let me go through some of the current conditions now, because it is still going to be it's still going to be an evening where you need to bundle up. Yesterday, temperatures dropped. Once that Arctic front came through, temperatures dropped quickly, around honestly 20 degrees, and not very long, around 15, 20 minutes. But it's beautiful out there right now. You can still see some of the palm fronds blowing in the breeze. This is our Launch Credit Union camera out at Port Canaveral right now. And bright blue sky, high pressure taking over. Essentially really not a cloud in the sky for most of us here across Central Florida. Really nice afternoon despite how cold it is. Here's the big picture. There technically is a secondary cold front that is trying to sneak in behind the one that brought us the showers and the one that helped bring the snow to the panhandle. With the wind to the north, you can see the lake effect snow machine cranking up pretty well, and also with this area of low pressure working eastbound, we do have some snow showers up there as well with that disturbance. So overall, quieter, but still quite cold and wintry. But across much of the nation, the lower 48, looking pretty good here, which is nice. Quieter if you have any travel plans. Maybe you're coming down to Orlando for a vacation. We love that. Looking pretty good over the next couple of days. Hi, Paul. How's it going? What's up? William, you're saying you're eating some chicken wings and eating some popcorn. Ooh, during the national championship game tonight. Yes. That's awesome. I have to say, I don't really have a dog in the fight for the championship game tonight. But let me ask you this. If anyone was watching any of the playoff games in the NFL yesterday or Saturday, are your teams still in it? Because my excuse me, I was hoping for obviously the Ravens, being from Maryland, which many of you know that watch regularly. But the games have been really crazy. I feel like a lot of turnovers. I know it was a snow game, obviously, in Foxborough yesterday with the Patriots and or was that Saturday? Days are running together. But either way, that was yesterday. Yeah, goodness gracious. The Pats and the Texans, and then the Rams and Chicago game, just wild games. So I feel like there were so many turnovers, so many wild things that happened. I feel like that happened in the Bills game as well on Saturday. Just about 3:40, so we'll be taking a break on Fox Local. Don't go away. Stay with us. We have a lot more coming up. But if you don't want to do that, hop on Facebook or YouTube. Alrighty, so let's dig into the weather a little bit more. Again, right now, pretty quiet, high pressure building in, and that's going to be the story over the next couple of days, and that will allow our temperatures to warm on up. Right now, it's still pretty cold. 56 in Leesburg, 58 in Bithlo. We should be right around 72 degrees. Instead, we are well below that, and we're going to keep temperatures essentially in the freezer tonight for the most part. At least it'll feel that way as you're getting out the door on Tuesday morning. If you're getting back to work, getting back to school. William, your Bears lost yesterday. Oh, no, so you're sad about the Bears. Okay. Yeah, I mean, what a play, though, to get the Bears back into the overtime. What a play by Caleb Williams. Cheryl, thank you so much for the kind words. I really appreciate it. I'll be sure to pass that along to Hannah, too. That means a ton. Thank you so much. Yeah, we have a fun time for sure. Okay, so here's our Fox weather model. You can see the clear sky, high pressure building, and again, there's that secondary cold front. Not really a big concern with that, but the story is that we're still going to be chilly into tomorrow morning. As high pressure shifts eastbound, we'll get into more of an onshore flow. Eventually, that'll turn into more of a southeasterly breeze, and temperatures will continue to warm up. Now, I do want to fast forward here because by the time we get into the day on Thursday, we're at least going to have the potential for a couple of showers. There's another disturbance that's moving in, and essentially it kind of acts. You can see the cold front here on the map. Not really going to tap into any colder of an air mass. In fact, I feel like the boundary kind of acts as almost a pseudo warm front, that one that you're seeing to the south of us, and we get more of a southeasterly breeze. It looks like as we head through our late Thursday into Friday. So temperatures are really going to be warming up in a pretty big way. So that's what we're going to be watching as we progress through the latter half of the work week. Welcome back, Fox Local friends. Sorry, a little late on the welcome back. Just going through the weather setup for late week. The chance for a few showers, not a great chance, only around a 20% chance. But the bigger story is going to be the warm-up after temperatures once again still fall back into essentially the freezer. Tonight we're back down into the 20s. You can see just about from the Villages to Bushnell, feeling like the 20s when you factor in the wind. Right around 38 degrees, 39 degrees around the metro, but it's going to be chilly nonetheless. So that's something we'll definitely be continuing to watch, because still maybe a good idea north and west of Orlando, I would say, to cover up the plants. I would say probably for the safety of it, that would be a really good idea. And think about your pets, think about your pipes. Maybe a good idea just to leave a little drip in those. But either way, certainly like a morning just like today where you need to grab the heavy coat. I have mine behind me. But we're right back into the 60s tomorrow. Warmer, baby steps, right? We'll take it. We'll take the positive in our temperatures versus the negative. Right around 60 in Ocala, 62 in Orlando, a little milder near the coast. Melbourne, Cocoa Beach, mid to upper 60s. Drew, what's up, man? How are you? How are things? Andy, how are you? What's up? Okay, Ian, I see you're asking about the question of the day. Let me pop it back up. So I mentioned this earlier. Not only is it MLK Day, but it is National Popcorn Day. So are you one that has to buy popcorn when you head to the movies? I'm one that I feel like I have a hard time not doing so. Like, I feel like I need to have popcorn whenever we go watch a movie. I don't have to make popcorn like when we're watching a show at home, streaming a show, a movie, whatever. But if we're like going out, making it a point to go out to the movies, I'm always one to be like, all right, let's vouch for popcorn. Let's vouch for a drink or soda or whatever. So I'm definitely one that leans toward that. But I'm not one that like buys candy. I'm always one that would rather buy popcorn and soda. Oh, Andy, that's right. I'm sorry. I do remember that. I know we have. I'm mixing you up. I feel bad. We have another faithful viewer, Mark. I know he's from the UK. But I am locking that away in my noggin right now. I love that you're watching all the way from the UK. That's amazing. Thank you so much. So yeah, Ian, that's the question of the day. So you have to weigh in now. Have to weigh in on the question of the day. Alrighty, so let me pull up. I wanted to pull up our lows over the next 5 days. Then we'll hit the highs. You can see how much of a trend upward we are getting in our temperatures. Like riding the roller coaster right on up. 46 Wednesday morning. Then we're back up well below normal. Back up above normal. Going from well below normal to well above average. There we go. That's what I wanted to say. Right around 59 Friday morning, then 61 on Saturday morning ahead of a cold front that we are tracking. William, that literally just that comment. I have to announce William's comment if anyone hasn't seen it yet. William just asked if I have plastic hair. Or is my hair plastic? William, thankfully no, but maybe that's a sign that I need to go get a haircut. Yeah, no, but it feels kind of plasticky right now because I have so much product in it. Whenever my hair gets long, to control it, I have to put a lot of hairspray in it and a lot of hair products. So it's not plastic, but it does feel that way. That literally just made me laugh so hard, William. Oh my goodness. Oh, Andy, that's awesome. 43 days. Well, I'm sure it'll be much warmer by the time you get out here. So let's see. What are we in? So that would be early March. Is that right? That's awesome. I love that. Oh, Ian, this is very valid. You're saying that most theaters offer real food, so I rarely buy popcorn. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. I totally see that. Yeah, because a lot of the theaters you can buy actual like dinner. I think it's a nostalgia thing for me. I have to say, maybe that's why I'm so gung ho about getting popcorn in the movie theater. Oh, Andy, that's great. Yeah, I'm really excited for Mardi Gras at Universal as well. I just saw that they actually for pass holders ran out of the reservations to hop on the float in the parade. So I'm curious if they'll open some more of those down the line. Okay, so now that we hit our low temperatures, and mind you, I am watching the clock for everyone that is watching on Fox Local. So appreciate it. We'll be hitting another break with you guys coming up in just about 30 seconds or so. So if you don't want to miss anything, don't want to miss any of the chat, any of the convo, definitely want to weigh in on the question of the day. So hop on Facebook or YouTube. That would be spectacular. Okay, so let me hit, I thought I had that graph. Here we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, so here are the highs for the next 5 days. Big changes. Launching back up the temperature roller coaster, back up the hill, and we're going to have temperatures back above normal by midweek. So 73 Wednesday, and then right around 80 on Friday and Saturday, which is great. So if you have any outdoor plans, we are expecting, excuse me, oh my goodness. Excuse me, oh my goodness, I apologize, everybody. So sorry about that, came out of nowhere. Woo, I'm gonna take a drink of water. Okay, now that I'm wide awake, again, sorry about that. Temperature is going to be well above average, running nearly 10 degrees above normal as we progress through Friday and Saturday. So exciting if you're a fan of the warmth. Let me pull up the 7-day forecast here real quickly, because I do want to talk about our next system, and I also want to talk a little bit more about our temperature perspective over the next 7 to 10 days and beyond, because it's looking like as we end the month, a lot of the data continues to signal that potential for another couple of cool downs. Really the one that's coming down the pike late in the 7-day, and then there's another one that we're watching for the last week of the month. Okay, so here is the 7-day, and again, we have the storm team alert heading into our Tuesday morning because of the chill, but then we're tracking a cold front as we progress through late Sunday into Monday. So a lot of times, William, thank you, I appreciate it. A lot of times we see cycles in weather patterns and synoptic patterns, and sometimes it's hard to break those cycles. And it all depends on what's happening in the large-scale weather patterns, the climate patterns as a whole, what we're in those cycles as well. But you can see, just like this past weekend when we had the cold front coming through yesterday, another cold front on Sunday, and it's looking like that'll bring at least the potential for a few showers as we head through, especially late in the day into Sunday night, and then Monday we may see a shower or two lingering. Chances not all that impressive right now, but you can see temperatures are dropping back below normal as we progress through Monday. William, thank you for the God bless, and you're asking about cold temps or UV levels have stayed moderate. So it's funny that when you're talking about the UV index, really it's all dependent on the clouds, the sun angle. But yeah, it is going to be moderate actually, William, as we progress through the next few days. But it's also the time of the year too. That kind of plays a role in it. Obviously a lot different than the summer and the spring and the fall. That's for sure. Great question, William. Daniel, you're saying you're so cold. Yeah, are you watching from? Where are you watching from? Yeah, it is. It is really cold, and it's going to be cold tonight. Ooh, Ian, I love this. You're saying definitely look up the history of popcorn at movie theaters when you get the chance. It was a complete coincidence as well. Ooh, Ian, I'm gonna have to do that for sure. That's awesome. I love that. Oh, Daniel, you're in Claremont. Okay. Yeah, I feel you 1,000%. And Ian, thank you for the compliment on the hair. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's probably something that I'm going to try to figure out on my days off this week. Okay, well, I talked about wanting to hit on the temperature trend over the next week to 2 weeks. So let's hit that real fast. So Here's the 6 to 10 day temperature trend. So this is heading into the last few days of the month, and looking like we're going to have a pretty good chance of staying below normal for a good bit of next week. So that's what we're going to be keeping our eyes on. And beyond that, this is even further into the future. January 27th into the start of February, an even higher chance of staying below normal. With this pattern that we've been in, we just keep riding the temperature roller coaster. And I know you've probably heard the term many times, the polar vortex. And when the polar vortex is disrupted, you can get these really big intrusions of cold air. So that's what we're expecting. We'll have big temperature swings. Just like we're going to be back into the 80s, which would be great for the beach, great for the water parks, great for the pool. But then we're going to have another solid cold shot. Oh my gosh, Daniel, what do you do at SeaWorld? That's awesome. That's great. Bruce, how are you? This is the weather been changing, man, even in Florida. I've been here 57 years. St. Cloud, going to get colder again. I hope everybody's up and gets up to date. The 90s. I love warmer weather, but I'm originally from upstate New York. I haven't been there 57 years. So how's the weather going to be the next couple weeks? Yeah, I mean, honestly, Bruce, it looks cold. It really does look cold. Like, just showing the outlook here over the next couple weeks. A solid chance of staying below normal. I know we don't have much longer, but I do want to hit on our next storm system, the one that I was talking about for Sunday. But I want to show this because, let's see here. Let me bring this up real fast. Okay. If I have time, I know time's ticking down. I just wanted to hit on all right, let's do this. Okay. So as we fast forward to Saturday, I'm going to pan out to the heart of the nation, and I was talking about this on my Facebook page earlier. So, and I'll hit on this in more detail on Fox 35 Weather Plus tomorrow. I know we're starting to run out of time, but there's a cross-country mover. There's an area of pressure that's going to develop, and again, this is just one set of data, but it shows you the perspective that there's going to be cold air in play. And you can see the pink, seeing the snow on the northern side of this system. Ice possible across the deep south, across portions of Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, eastbound to Georgia and the Carolinas. It's still early. We're talking about trends too, but the trend has been our friend in terms of winter weather. If you want winter weather, on the northern side of this, it's looking like we're going to have the potential for some heavy snow. So I know that was kind of fast, and I threw a lot at you, but if you have travel plans across the southeast, across the south, across the Midwest, and across the mid-Atlantic late this week into the weekend, something to monitor. We'll keep you updated as well, but there could be a disruptive storm that could bring winter weather in the form of ice and in the form of snow late in the week into the weekend. So stay tuned. We'll be watching that closely. It doesn't look like any snow for us in Florida again, but colder air for sure. All right, have a great rest of the day, great rest of your MLK day, and we'll see you tomorrow.